So welcome to the demo of the app that we have built. So first of all, we begin from the login screen, which is a welcome screen, and also it has a few buttons and a toggle button. So the toggle button lets us choose between the two different modes of the app, which are basically the OTT mode, which has the voice instructed commands for taking the inputs, and the other is the non OTT mode, which is basically the hands-on experience of the app, where the nurse can give inputs from their hand by typing from the keyboard of the tablet or the device which they are using. Apart from that, this screen has a button named Add New Nurse, from where if I click on it, after filling these fields, a new nurse can be added. So let's first of all move on to the non OT sorry the OTT mode, which is the ASR mode, and let's show a short demo of that. So I'll press on continue. So after moving further on the application, we can see that we have a priority list of patients. So this list basically contains a total list of all the patients which are active at the current moment. This list From this list we can view the number of patients, their basic details, and we can also delete patients directly from here. Apart from this, we also have a new patient button, from where if we click on it, we see that we can add a new patient after filling all these important details. So let's move on to a patient and see how this OTT mode or voice activated mode works. If we let's say I click on this first patient, which is Jane Doe. So this is basically the interface for the OTT mode, and this basically has all the things uh, which would be required to be seen at the moment without using the hands of the nurses, which would be busy in function. And we have first of all we have included the basic details of the patient on the top left of the screen, which includes name, ID, and all that. And after that, we have the alerts for the patient. So what we have done is we have taken all the alerts and we have kept it here, so that it can be easily seen by the nurse and they don't have to do any extra work for that. On the right side of the screen, we have all the four graphs: dilatation, FHR, pulse, and BP. So we have tried to fit this graph on a single screen so that it could be easily seen by the nurse. And also, apart from this, we have a feature to expand these graphs if necessary. So if we click on the full screen button on the right of the text of the graph, for example, to the right of the text dilatation, it has a full screen button. If we click on that, we can see we have a full screen graph of the same thing. Like this, we can see all the other graphs too on full screen if required. And now let's move on to the recording of data from voice, and let's do that. So this is the basically the record entry part of the data. So if these are the fields which will be required to be filled by voice, and if we, for example, click on this mic button, then the voice recording will start, and it will wait for you to finish your speech, and then you have to press the mic button again and the voice recording will stop. Then we will detect the speech and will transform it to text, and from there we will map our values accordingly. So let's give it a try. Temperature 26. So as we can see, we inputted the value of temperature as 26, and we can see it has been mapped to the temperature variable in the right side of the screen, which is 26.0. Similarly, we can do for different parameters also. Drugs, lignocaine. So as we can see, the drugs has also been updated for so I'll skip this part as and I will show this. So now I have tried to input all the variables, and so now after we fill in all the variables, which I will be doing right now, so we can see it automatically redirects, it automatically records the entry as soon as all the variables, which are example temperature, pulse, dilatation, BP, drugs, and all these things are filled by voice. It automatically records the observation, and it is stored in the server, and it automatically redirects again to this page, which again gets updated with all the graphs of the latest values after being recorded from voice, and the alerts are also updated. So please ignore the graphs right now, because all these dummy data has been used, and we have not restricted ourselves to a range of the accepted values. So these graphs may look weird, but all of these are correctly plotted according to the values being provided, and the alerts are also as in sync as of the data we were provided. So this was basically a gist of the OTT mode, which is as compact as it should be, and it has all the features which are necessary for the functioning, including the alerts, the graphs, the patient details, and the voice activation record. So now we will move on to the non-OTT mode, which we had also shown a demo earlier, but we would do this for the continuation of this demo. So switching to the non-OTT mode, so basically this is also the same. It has a priority list, and after we switch select a patient and we move on with that, first of all what we see is the alerts for the patient as soon as we open this, because our main idea was to redirect the attention of the nurse to the complications that may arise according to the values or the data which we have received till now. So this is basically the alerts. The nurse can give a quick look and act accordingly in situations. So we will close this right now from the top right button, and we will exit this. So first of all we can see the partograph screen, which contains the details of the patient in big text. So the main idea was to keep this text big, was to uh, uh, grab the attention of the nurse and to make it prominent every time while reading. So we can see we have a record entry button through which we can record the entry of all the data, and please ignore this yellow black stripes. This is only in the development. This will be only in the development, and this will not reflect in the production build, so it will automatically get removed. So we can see we have a table of list of data which contains all the observations being recorded. This is all of it which had been recorded. And moving on, we have graphs. So these are the four basic graphs: dilatation, FHR, pulse, BP. So we have in dilatation we have this action line and this alert line as we were requested to do. So FHR, pulse, BP, so everything is plotted as necessary. And with the help of this button at the top right screen, edit button, which you can see at the top right of the screen, we can edit the details of the patient also whenever necessary. And moving on to the patient details, this was all about partograph. Moving on to the patient details, we can record the details of the patient from here whenever required. So this is basically a one-time fill form type of thing, which can also be updated at regular times if necessary. But this is basically a form filling type which has all the parameters, and the nurse can fill the form at once when necessary. And after entering all these values, the nurse has to click on the save button at the end, and it will get recorded. So this was basically the application demo we have tried to build till now, and this is what the app looks right now. So thank you.